Jose on Bob Barker from The Price is Right.
Oh, boy. Is that why I've been reading all this stuff about Bob Barker?
Yeah. There was all kind of problems on the fucking Price is Right with Bob Barker. Go figure. You know, he used to weird me out on Truth or Consequences when he hosted that. Remember, like, I think he started in the 1950s.
Yeah.
I don't know. That show seemed really dark. Truth or Consequences. I just remember
compelling.
It was compelling. But The Price is Right is such a wholesome show, but evidently all kinds of bullshit was going on over there because they used to have hot models on.
He found a way to make it not so much fun.
According to this docuseries here, I got some tape. Maybe you want to hear this. It's not surprising there was a problem with staffers ogling the models. Is it ogling? Yeah, I guess that's the word.
Yeah.
Staring too long at the models.
If anyone had gone to Bob, because Bob is in charge.
No, let's see. Okay, sorry.
If anyone had gone to Bob, because Bob is in charge of the show, and said, I have a problem, I have a complaint, he would have told her to get over it or look for a new job.
Eventually, CBS, after receiving a lot of complaints about staff hitting on the models and staring at them and making creepy comments to them, they instated what they call the 10-second rule, where you were not allowed to openly stare at a model for more than 10 seconds. And it wasn't, to my knowledge, enforced.
There was no one monitoring how long the guys were staring at the models. It was a joke. It was an appeasement.
Robin, there's a problem. I've been staring at you for 1 second, and I only have 9 seconds left to stare at you.
Okay,
See
let's keep an eye on that clock.
Yeah.
Who's walking around with the stopwatch, monitoring how many seconds people are staring?
My dad was always creeped out by Bob Barker. He used to, I told you this many times on the show, you know, but over the years, my father would be like, I watch The Price is Right every day. You know, once my father retired, he watched a lot of TV.
Yeah, yeah.
And evidently it's good for you because he lived to almost 100. But he would just rant and rave to me about Bob Barker. And I thought it was the funniest thing because like, Bob Barker, who cares? But my father spent a lot of time with The Price is Right. And he was the first one to point it out to me. He goes, when he has a man on and they have to guess how much money is in his pocket, he doesn't say to the man, reach into my pocket to get the money. With the women, he says, why don't you reach into my pocket to get the money? What is he doing? My dad was very honorable.
He
really
picked that out. Nobody else was noticing.
Yeah. My father had so now, all this Bob Barker stuff. Here, Bob Barker does not come off well in the documentary. He's accused of being a racist. Did you know this? He was a racist?
Yeah, I read all of this weekend.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. He's accused of being a racist and having an affair with one of the models, Dion Parkinson. Maybe it's Diane. I don't know. This might be a typo. But
I think
anyway.
it's Diane, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Dian, I guess, is Diane. Diane.
People spell their names any way they want.
I got a feeling Diane has an E at the end of it, but hey, you know, our guys. Anyway, I think Sal typed this up for me. Yeah, here's that's how it's spelled? Okay. Here's their stuff on Bob Barker.
Next thing you know, I get a call from Bob's girlfriend, and everyone knew that Bob was cheating on her with Diane. And she said, I know that Bob is sleeping with Diane. And I said, well, let's put it this way. She dates a lot. And she targets celebrities. And she said, oh, like who? And I rattled off this list of celebrities, including several black men. And she said, oh my gosh, Bob has no idea that he has had sex with a woman who has had sex with black men. Bob has always said that black men are the most diseased people on earth.
Oh, whoa. Bob Barker. My old man had him right. My old man had him pegged.
I always used to think well of him because he was an animal rescue guy. You know, he's always talking about give money to the, animal shelters and so forth. Yeah. But then you read this, you go, woo.
Jesus.
He only liked
guess,
animals.
And evidently the guy got tons of pussy because he was married. And then they're saying, I guess he had a girlfriend, and then he was cheating on the girlfriend with Diane. I mean, what the fuck?
How do you keep
Bob
that
Barker.
straight?
Wow. I mean, Bob Barker was no beauty, if you know what I mean. Look at him. Ladies' man.
Well, I don't know if you call it ladies' man or just a powerful man who takes advantage.
Yeah, right. There were allegedly rules on the show to keep Bob from having to interact with too many black people. We have a rule. You can only look at Gary's teeth for 25 seconds. People who stare make Gary feel very uncomfortable. Now listen to this, Rob.
And then I started to hear that they were only allowed to have 2 black contestants on the show at a time. And that was a direct instruction from Bob Barker. And to let Barker know the race of the contestant that's about to come on down, they would have the letter B written on the card.
I think he just didn't care to be that close to somebody that was not white. It was pretty sad.
A black contestant may try to hug Bob Barker, and he would kind of shrink away from them.
He didn't punch them or wait for back.
Don't attack me. Don't touch me.
How shitty is that?
Don't touch me.
Did he really say, don't touch me?
Yeah, I guess they had video evidence. Yeah. Who knew the man who played Plinko so well didn't support race mixing? Who knew? You know, such a wholesome game, that Plinko.
Well, you know, he wasn't, Price is Right is on CBS.
Right.
Bob didn't get any pushback from CBS when he made these requests, I'm sure, because in Ed Sullivan's documentary, he talks about how he was told not to touch the black people who performed on the show. And he did it anyway, you know, like they threatened him. We don't want you touching the black performers. Don't hug Diana Ross. There was a constant litany of things CBS told him not to do because they didn't want to lose their Southern listeners or viewers. And so they were always telling, you know, you have too many black performers on the show. And Ed said, I'm just going to make the show the best I can make it. Don't care.
Good for Ed.